So the inaugural Red Mango Arts Festival, it's honoring 165 years of Indian heritage, celebration of human stories as well. It's hosted at Durban's historic Sastri College between the 8th and the 11th of October. And the main aims to illuminate the intimate, heartfelt moments that define our experiences. And so central to the festival are two remarkable one-person shows, proudly showcasing Durban's creative spirit. Roti Queen, a solo comedy by Shika Budoo and directed by Dhaveshan Govender, of course, complementing this is Letters of Suresh. That's a poignant reminder and reimagining by a local theatrical collective of a piece inspired by Pulitzer-nominated playwright Rajiv Joseph. So we're going to be joined virtually by the director, Rajesh Gopie, perhaps to tell us a little bit more. Rajesh, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you.
Rajesh, so, if we're looking at the inspiration behind creating the Red Mango Arts Festival, the vision for its future legacy at large, perhaps you can take us into your confidence and tell us how this all came to be for you.
Well, festivals firstly bring people together, and Durban as a city never quite had its own theatre festival. So I thought it was very novel to bring all the different communities together at the same time, a festival that honors and looks into the heritage of the South African Indian. As minority, it's important for our stories to be kept alive and to find its place in the national narratives. And therefore, I felt that a festival of the arts is a wonderful way of both sharing stories as well as receiving stories and to enrich the South Africanness of who we are.
Yeah, well, Rajesh, you're donning many hats this year. And to your point about, the intimacy and the heartfelt stories that obviously serve as the theme as well, there's a selection of performances that we can look forward to. Roti Queen, Letters of Suresh. So beyond festival director, of course, you've also done the head of director itself. Tell us a little bit more about your own personal journey, reflecting that intimate stories as well.
Well, firstly, anyone who has worked in the theatre knows that you have to have different hats, otherwise it just doesn't happen. So that's me being the director, that's me sweeping the floor. It's a wonderful journey in the theatre, and I feel very strongly that theatre still matters to us today. In an age of rampant technology, theatre is still a way of making people sit live and experience a performance. You can hear the actors breathe, you can hear the audience breathe, and that's a wonderful experience. And I think if you look across the world, there is a shift back towards liveness in the wake of rampant technology and insularness. And this is a very important aspect of the festival. My journey to become the festival director was to have a vision and then to incorporate that vision by collaborating with people at Sastri College, the alumni of Sastri College, people in business who can make the festival possible. Artists alone cannot make this possible. We very rarely have the funding. So it is a joining of hands between the arts community and the business community and the social community, as well as the educational community for this festival to happen.
Wow, that great remembering, right? That's what history is about. It's about remembering where you come from. I wonder, even if we look at Letters of Suresh contributing to a broader dialogue, a broader cultural dialogue between different countries like Japan and India and even the USA as well. What's emerging on that front for you?
In South Africa, we can be very insular and look at ourselves sort of inwards only. And this particular piece, Letters of Suresh, is about reminding us that we're part of a global unit. When there's a war somewhere else, we still connect to it somehow. And we contribute to it. So the selection of the piece was to remind us of our universal self. And while this festival pays homage to our heritage here, we also are connected to a global narrative. And that's why I picked this play. It is also a beautiful play because it reminds us of a bygone era of letter writing. And now, again, we text, we chat so quickly, we lost the art of language and the ability to listen to a letter that somebody wrote and to unpack that letter is a very powerful and cathartic human experience, we find. And that's why this play is so important.
Yeah, it's about putting thoughts to paper, right? That connection as well, that time, that intimacy.
Exactly.
And just to your point about personal stories coming through and human connection as well. If we're looking at how this is going to be contributing to Durban's art scene, perhaps also South Africa's, heritage at large, talk to us from your vantage point where you see it growing from here into as well. That is not limited to KZN alone.
Well, it's certainly at the start of the festival, and we hope that we can do this annually, and we hope that we will attract productions from all over the country. So, maybe one day we'll be our own little Grahamstown Festival or National Arts Festival. We don't know. We take it, step by step, which we want to get through this one with our dignity intact, and then see what we can bring to the table year after year. Festivals take a lot of work. It takes many, many months of preparation and a lot of resources. So as long as we can have that coming in, we definitely can continue the festival. We want to be a festival for the people of Durban and KZN. And the Red Mango brand, people love the title, Red Mango. It's very Durban thing, the mango.
Yeah.
And especially when it's red and juicy and fragrant, then we can all take a little bite of it, and has a nice ring to it. So we definitely have hopes of the festival gaining traction and being here for a very long time.
Well, Rajesh, we're also looking at how it's intergenerational as well, right? Because it's about bringing on the youngings as well, making sure that modernism is fused with tradition. That's also very important. How do you ensure that journey also playing out, just from your own personal journey as well?
Well, I love hanging out with older people. I do, and they are so much fun, and they're such a trove of knowledge. Intergenerational is one of the objectives of the festival, to get young people and old people in the spaces together where they can interact, either in a show or in a dialogue space or in an exhibition space. And that's important. Usually, we have schools, festivals, and the normal festival. But now I'm trying to bring people together. It's an important thing to get younger people and older people to interact, where I feel even the government was saying a few years ago that we have to look at intergenerational connect. And it's a big problem between the young and the old. And the festival specifically curates, on the first day of the festival, 2 shows for senior citizens and 2 shows for young learners. So we've got them on the same time, in 2 different spaces, but then interacting afterwards. So we feel very strongly about bringing these 2 groups of people together.
Well, there is a cultural dialogue that's definitely going to be happening across generations. Rajesh, let's leave the conversation there. Thank you so much for joining us at the Sound, and wishing you all the best of luck from here into, of course, as you debut the Red Mango Festival. And you obviously are set to have those important cultural conversations between the different generations as well. Thank you for playing your part in our social cohesion project. Rajesh Gopie, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.